think it's been a great camp overall for the entire team. I feel like I've just kind of continue on the trajectory that I've had throughout the summer with summer league and workouts and whatnot. Obviously, we've got a lot of guys that I think and I believe the coaches think can help this team win on certain nights. So, my job and my mindset has always been be ready whenever that time comes, stay ready, all that stuff, and just keep doing what I'm doing. Like I've done a good job.
How did being with the Cavs last year, especially at the end of the season, towards playoffs, how did that help prepare you, or did you feel more comfortable and confident in your team?
It's been huge. Just that last month, the system that we ran down in with the G League was fairly similar, but it's a little more complex here. There's more plays and whatnot. And being able to get to know the coaching staff was big time. And this was my first full summer with the team. Being able to come back here and work out and play summer league, and then September workouts. So that was huge for me. I think it's really helped me.
Are guys just really encouraging you to just take as many shots as you can out there, or what type of feedback do you get from the players?
Yeah, I mean, in that first game, I took 8 threes in the third quarter, and they were all pretty open, but I actually got yelled at for passing down 1 or 2 more. So it's really nice to have the confidence of both my teammates and the staff. It certainly gives me confidence going out there. Just know like if I have any space to let that thing fly and have feelings of going.
I was going to say, how do you feel about the uptick in threes? Because you guys last year as a team, you were bottom 10 in the league. It's only been 2 preseason games, but you're close to 50 a night.
Yeah, I think it's you want to play the way that your personnel dictates, and you certainly have a lot more shooters. And not only that, but a lot of really good passers as well. Not just Darius and Don and Evans, a really good passer. George and Max and Ty and Karras are just good passers as far as making the next right play. So, I don't know how many we're going to average and whatnot, but I think the mindset of making the right play and finding the open man and being confident is going to really help us.
JB was talking about some of the stylistic similarities between you and Max. Are there things that you're trying to take from Max, learn from Max, or anything like that now that you're around him more?
For sure, I've already learned a lot from him. I've known Max for a couple years. We have the same agent. And so I'd obviously seen him play quite a bit, but being up close and personal and seeing the way that he cuts and consistently moves, and not just for himself as a shooter, but his ability to cut and then make the next play and make the right reads and stuff, like that's something that I feel like I have but haven't really applied a whole lot. So that's one thing that I'm definitely trying to work on here. And, he's a guy that makes me want to be better, and I hope I can push him.
Kind of with Sharif on media day. How close was your guys' bond with the Charge, and how nice is it and cool to do this at the big level together? Yeah,
it's been great. Sharif, Isaiah, those are the two. They're still here. I've got a great relationship with those two. And we've certainly built a camaraderie through last season, through summer league, and it's great to be up here. And it's nice when we get to play with each other because we obviously know each other very well. So we've been able to take advantage of that a little bit. But got a lot of respect for those two and Mike G as well. Really happy for them, and hope we can all continue to have success.
How do you feel about Sharif just in his development and obviously being in this camp the second straight year too?
I think Sharif's gotten a whole lot better. He's always had a ton of talent, and he's a young kid. He's probably 21, I would guess.
21, yeah, 22.
But I feel like he's gotten so much better as a floor general, as a leader, and as a player as well. So I think he's going to continue to grow, and wouldn't shock me at all if he's up in the NBA again at some point.
And last one for me, as far as Booby and what he's been able to accomplish, and it's only his second year as a coach. What differences have you noticed in him this year, and then also working with him last year with the Charge?
Yeah, I think everyone grows confidence the more they're in a system wherever they are. Booby's obviously got all the respect in the world around this building, but I think being a coach was probably a little bit different for him, and so he's learned to use his voice a lot more, and we've been able to lean on his experience a little bit. So, just like all these other guys, I think he's got a bright future as a coach or a scout or whatever he wants to do.
So Mike G was your coach last year in Charge, but Isaiah have you given them any advice
think the fact that, you know, Craig and Amani specifically got to play with him, with Mike G in Summer League, I think that was big. You get to learn a little bit about him. But we've talked about him. I love Mike G. I think he's great. I think he does a really good job of balancing, trying to play the right way while also giving guys the opportunity to, you know, learn and develop, which is going to be big for guys like Craig and Amani. So I know they're excited. I know Mike G's excited. A second year for him, I think, will be really good for him.
Sam, is there something specific about the new stylistic changes that you guys are making on the offensive end that you feel like caters to your game?
I really like the run. And I feel like that's when I'm at my best. Kind of playing random and running around and setting screens and slipping and passing and relocating and stuff like that, or trying to implement all that. So that's something that anytime I'm in or in practice or whatnot, you know, you got to know what players have an idea of how that stuff works, but I think that's something that I can use and be effective with.